We'll do a quick video on applying for quota hunts for Georgia. Let's go outdoors, Georgia. Alright, and we would go to quota hunt, just right here, and right here it says apply for a quota hunt, and then you're going to log in, and it's asking for date of birth, customer last name, last four of social, and then you submit. So let me go ahead and log in. Alright, this is where you're going to be after you log in, and if you've not submitted any applications, then you're probably not going to see my quota hunt applications there, but you're going to want to click on where that turkey is, apply for quota hunt, and let me scroll up here. After you click on apply for a hunt, it's going to take you here. You're going to see all the open hunts you can apply for. So these all have a deadline. See, those are the last days you can apply for those hunts. So well before the season starts, and it's grayed out over here, as you'll see. So I've applied for all these already. But let me take you back, and I'll go into manage to show you the options and kind of how you would, what it would look like once you hit apply. So it's going to open up another window. Okay, when you come into the actual application, you can choose where you want to hunt. It shows you how many spots are available. Have a spreadsheet that they put together to show how many people applied, how many spots are available, what your percentage is, how many priority points, you know, people that wagered 1 priority point, you know, how many of those got in, how many for 2. Like some places, like Ossabaw Island, when you're hunting for hogs, you have to put in for decades to get out there to hunt hogs. And there's better chances to hunt some places. See how, like here at BF Grant, you've got first hunt and second hunt, and you know the dates. So make sure you check your dates if you get chosen. They do 400 on each one. You really would need to look at that spreadsheet that the Department of Natural Resources puts out that shows how many people, and it shows you the history. So it would only show you, how many people last year, but it's a good way to forecast how many people this year that only have 1 priority point are going to get chosen. If you wager that 1 priority point, at some places you could get chosen, because there's a lot of people that are just starting this. But it's something you got to do every year. You got to remember to do it before the deadline, because after the deadline, you can't go back and add it. And the good thing is, if you apply something to something like this, it's only 50 spots available, you wager 0 points, you're probably not going to get chosen. You could, but you're probably not going to get chosen, but you can still get a point. So specifically for deer, I had 0 priority points because I was chosen last year, and I wagered my points then. But you can actually choose, I believe, up to 3 hunts. So you can choose, if you wanted for sure to hunt there, you can put in for both of them. Wager your, say if I had 1 point or 2 points, I could wager both my points, and whichever one I was chosen for, I would end up using my. If you didn't want to use all your points, you could wager 1 or 0, but you can only wager what you have available, right? You get a maximum of 1 point per year that you're not selected. So if you put in for 3 different hunts, there's a good chance you get selected for something, especially if you're wagering points. But even if you don't, you get another priority point that it carries over to next year. Your points build up, and that just increases your chances of being selected in the future. So it's a lottery style, draw system. And you select those, and then you can choose in order. So say for instance I selected these 2 and then that one, right? I could say, alright, I want to go there first, there second, there third, and they would try to get you in here, but if they couldn't, it'd roll to here, and then that lastly. But if you If you just want to get points, my recommendation would be to wager 0 points, apply to something with very few spots, bank your points up till you got at least 2, and then you can go hunt where you want to, within reason. Some of them you need more than 2 priority points, but just go look at that spreadsheet. I'm going to see if I can't find that to show you what I was talking about. Okay, I literally Googled selection odds Georgia WMA on the first one there. There's your website, georgiawildlife.com/hunting/quota if you're in Georgia. And you can go to quota hunt selection odds, and then you can see for, let's just say, for each category, each thing that you're going to apply for, there's selection odds going back, looks like 4 years. Some of them go back further than that. So if I just want to see last year WMA deer, it's going to load that PDF, and here are your selection odds. So that's how many spots were available. The quota was 50. This first one here. So 275 people applied. Only 50 spots. 40 of the 275 chose this as their first one. Remember, so you can rank one, first selection, second selection, third selection. And this is your priority point. So 0 people that wagered 0 points got selected. So this would be a safe one to apply for if you're just trying to collect points. You know there's a 0% chance based on last year's. If you really wanted to hunt this one and you wagered at least 1 point, you got a good chance of being selected. 80% of the people that wagered 1 point got it. 100% that wagered 2 points got it. And nobody wagered over 2 points. There's no need to. Why would you waste your points? So you're 100% of the time, based on last year's numbers, if you wager your points and you got 2 or more, then you're going to get selected. So that's kind of how that works. You can see here's a table. 0 points, 1 point, 2 points, 3 points, 4, 5, 6. And so selection odds for first choice by point. So if you chose this as your first option, how many points it would have taken to get you approved. Anyway, this is a good way to tell kind of which one to choose if you're got your eye on one particular WMA. Once you complete all your applications, you should be able to go back and it'll take you to your application screen. You should be able to see all of the apps that you've done and the status. You can come here and check on them, and then if you ever get, say you change your mind, you can go in here to manage. If you ever get selected, this was last year for turkey season, it'll change from pending draw to successful. It'll tell you which one you were chosen for, the dates, and it's automatically going to be on your app as well. Those permits, when you're awarded, will show up down here at the bottom. So when you go out there, as long as you got a valid hunting license, you will need to check in at that WMA. Some of them have sign-ins, so some are sign-ins, some are check-ins. If they're sign-in, you actually have to sign up a book. It's like a sign-in station. If it's check-in, then you can just check in on your phone, but make sure you do that. And it's more than likely there is going to be a game warden there, but as long as you got your dates right, then you're good to go. Just make sure you do your research ahead of time. So for instance, this was a West Point WMA. Very familiar with that WMA. We got property down that way, and so knew that pretty well. But if you don't know it, you've never been there, probably a good idea to take a trip ahead of time, do some scouting, look at maps, and maybe just do some general research on that WMA to better your chances. But the good thing about WMA hunts is like the normal quota for turkey in Georgia is 3 gobblers, and you can actually anything you take off this hunt, the gobbler you take off this hunt does not count against your 3. So you have a chance if you get selected for one of these hunts to actually go 1 gobbler more. So anyway, it's It's a good way to get some extra hunting in. If you don't have anywhere to hunt, it's certainly a good thing to look into. It's free. Just use your points sparingly, and do the research on selection odds. Save those points, for the hunts you really want. And there's a lot of different. I mean, it's a good way to try some different things like dove hunting, waterfowl hunting. There's feral hog. There's all kinds of stuff. So rabbit hunting. There's all kinds of real neat stuff. And anyway, that's it. If you have any questions, let me know.